Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. I don't know what I want to work on today, but we're gonna find out.
New tunes. Difficulty zone, same series zone. Full song. Full song.
You know, it's already on my mind.
Change the world original. Use the difficulty zone double. Level 23.
It's already on my mind. I might as well just go ahead and do something. Alright, so I only have to stay just a little late instead of really late at the end. Still doesn't make it easy. Whoopsie!
Is this really your
Completely
bag?
missed there. I hit the metal. Well, that's a waste of a good run. What a waste. Would have been nice to get first try. I probably should play it out so I can
Is
finish
this
practicing.
really your
but-
best?
Well, I got a Kenny raid. Hi, Kenny. Hi, sir. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, everyone. What's up, Dead Camper? Chat. We actually just started, so we're actually doing some perfect game grinding. So you're probably going to be hearing this for a bit, even though this is not a 22 like it says on the layout. I just was like, you know what? What's my score on this? Oh, it's not perfect, and I had it last game. Let's fix that. So we're doing this pretty annoying ending. It's fun to play, but annoying to score. Yeah, like we just started. Like I played this twice, and that's it. I just want a quick session for exercise before we go get Italian. So I'm kind of craving pizza today. Is Fear 3 really that annoying? I have not played any of the Fear series, and I have not even really watched much of it. Brain.
Hey, is this really your best?
Ugh. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know, there's been a lot of WB stuff lately from what I've seen because Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection just came out and oh boy are people mad about that. People are like really mad at how poor like the emulation is on this. So I don't know how they run their studios, but right now it's not a good look. Let out. That's the first time I full comboed in 2 years, so. How many crates? Not many. Okay, so the timing is right aside from me rushing a couple parts. So this is fine.
Wow! New record!
JT minus 5 helps so much. I wish I had JT minus 5 last game. Because the sync on this song on every chart is awfully late. So, anything that I can do to make it earlier really helps. Well, if we can finish this up, that would be nice. be able to get this within a handful more tries, hopefully. Like, the ending does not feel so hard to read or play today.
Game
Timing, we
over.
just have to stay just slightly late. Not super late. I think the funniest part of doing this is technically easier than doing Paradox.
Load it up.
Like the same section because it's slightly faster. Which ends up actually making a difference for timing.
New teams. Difficulty zone double. Level 23.
Play out. That's 0 and like 2 or 3 misses, whatever it was where I missed. I can tell you that much. Yep. Yep, that was my fault. I hesitated on one hole a little too much.
Next stage.
I'm at least a lot more consistent at this chart now than when it came out, so it helps. Well, we did get a new Ryuk song in Rise, and hopefully that'll get ported over at some point. I'm also a big fan of King's Tomb, with it being a sequel to this. But it's probably going to take a while for the Rise thing to come to arcade. Reluctantly treats. too late or too early. I kind of lost how I felt. I might have been too late. Because I got 3 like almost in a row, so I think I'm just
Next stage.
a little too much. Yeah, unfortunately, the timing adjustment is not enough to where I can hit the ending dead on. I still have to be slightly late because there's just not enough room to adjust on the option. So there is some awareness. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind hitting the rest of this actually early, and then it can be on sync for the ending where I need to hit it. But that's not an option, unfortunately. Maybe next game. Maybe next game we'll have like JT minus 20. Or JT minus 30, whatever it goes to in Rise. Because they expanded the Rise settings quite a bit after like the first update or so. Because people just couldn't get enough of an offset. And realistically, you don't need that much for an arcade game. But it'd be funny. Yeah, it's something that you would never need for an arcade setting because your arcade hardware should be somewhat standardized to begin with. I mean, that's understandable because things change. Like, computers have to change at some point, so... Come on, you. So, hold back a little bit more. Because I am getting a little bit ahead, and I'm feeling it. We can even check the
Game over.
We can even double check that. Hi, Dutsky. How you, ma'am? It's like, and I've got JT as far as it can go. I can't do anything else about that. Oh, yeah, this is very much a late sync game. You just kind of accept to an extent now. Now, to be fair, I'm only getting grades, but I'm trying to PG, so grades are not acceptable. So I do do need to hold back more. Or not. Or just miss and not.
Is this really your best?
Rough session, I assume. It happens. Let me see where I'm missing. Yep, okay, it's double res. It doesn't matter which foot it is, my toe is not going far enough to hit both of them, so do that. Make sure we're hitting far enough.
Hey, is this really
Focus.
your best?
Focus on that part. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm very determined to get this today. Especially since it doesn't take energy, it just takes technique. So it's easy to grind. Physics. Oh my goodness. That was
Hey,
so
is this really your bag?
early. I know it was 100% my fault. That was so early on my end. Hey, Regin. Hi, Gutsman. Yes, this was released at the very end of XX. This was, along with Brown Sky, this was Dolke's first content in the game. So this was in 2.08. Yeah, they gave Dolke, like, such a strange start. It started off with this, and every chart for Brown Sky. And lately, they've really been making, like, the new step makers, like, make hard stuff right out of the gate. Yeah, it didn't exist. It did not exist for, let's see, this was the end of 2015 when the song came out. And this was, like, about mid-2022 when this chart. So a little over 6 years that this chart did not exist. You know, this actually would have been nice during the Prime days. Be like, oh, I want to practice that part in Paradox. I can play this. And then we die everywhere else in Paradox, so that's kind of irrelevant, but still. Oh my goodness, I'm so early.
Hey, is this really
Stop.
your bag?
Stop. Ugh, stop that. Yep, I am so early. Yep. Classic Flam. Rolling brackets are my worst enemy in this game. Be later. Just be later. That's my fault. Come on.
Hey, is this really your best?
Rolling brackets by far. I can time. Rolling brackets are worse.
Game over.
I have come from an era where I was doing swung 64th notes. I can time fine. Rolling brackets are way harder for me.
They messed it up.
that to yourself.
Because that was the way and it resolves.
That's not the way, it just resolves.
New teams. Difficulty zone level 17.
Well, it's not. It's very obviously not looking back.
Back, yes, back then, no.
One more credit of this. The thing is, I hate Skittles. I can do well in them, but I hate Skittles. That's a big reason why I stopped playing those games, because they became Skittle Wars. That's my fault. I botched that.
Is this really your best?
I botched that reading. Ah. Oh man. I'm not reaching far enough.
Hey, is this really your best?
See, usually that doesn't matter to me. Like, I'll work with whatever the judgment line is, wherever it is, I don't care. Because I play mostly by ear anyways for stuff like this. But I can understand other people want that, which is fair. that kind of works better as far as positioning goes. I
Hey,
just
is
wasn't
this
ready
really
for
your
that.
best?
I think I would rather do it that way. Okay. I think I know how I want to do it. Because at least then I'll stop making silly mistakes. I can make silly mistakes everywhere else.
Why is Judgment Diamond not enough?
Why is it not enough?
Yeah, why people want something else? I think Judgment Diamond is fine. I don't need
Well,
Judgment
because it doesn't physically change visually, which means people's reference of where the judgment actually lands is not consistent. That's why. That's why you'd want to split those. You have visual offset adjustment. Some people really rely on that.
Yes.
Anyways,
I get perfect, that's all that matters.
that 16 is an amazing chart, by the way. That is like one of the best ones. That's such a good one. Okay, well, at least I know what I'm going to do for this part. So I stopped doing silly things. I can just do silly things right there instead.
Hey, is this really your best?
Oh yeah, every chart for this is actually excellent for what it is. Aside from, well, some people don't like the D10 for reasons. We won't go into that. I was not going to call you out, but you called yourself out. But it's fine for what it is.
I don't like
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not sure what
is
happened
this
there with the
really
grade.
your best?
But I just need to do one double step to fix that. Or I can just fix it at the end of that section. But that's way more comfy. So, okay. We are going to continue doing
Game
this
over.
for a little bit longer. I'll do one more credit of this, but I don't want to get stuck on it that badly. Because I am pretty stuck. One more credit of this, and then we'll move on, no matter if I get it or not. We have all the problems worked out. Now we just have to do it.
New series, difficulty no
Which in a game as
zero.
physical as this,
Level
easier
23.
said than done. Oh, I didn't put pass on. I guess I'll just play through that. finally. Come on, Zilo. Come on, Zilo. Zilo, please. You're finding new ways to screw up. Stop doing that. You're finding new ways to screw up. Stop doing that.
New team, difficulty zone single. Level to level 23.
There's one thing about this song that goes overlooked that I think is also great. The BGA. I think Liber really captured the essence of the song here. Now, unfortunately, you can't really see it with dark on, because it's a pretty dark BGA. But the imagery is so good. I just hit that.
Hey, is this really your best?
Okay, you know what? You know what? We're just gonna turn that part. We're gonna turn that. I think the foot cramp gods aren't getting me, it's the brain cramp gods. I like that way more. Okay, that was too much.
Hey, is this really your
That was
best?
too late. Alright, well, we're gonna get a couple more tries at this, and then that's gonna be over on this one. But yeah, I would much rather move forward than move back with those kinds of patterns. I actually do a similar thing on Koa D19 where it gets over there and you're supposed to do a backward sweep. I turn on the jump, so I do it forwards and then reverse myself again. I would much rather move forward than move backwards. Like, my sense of direction is just so much better there. So, yeah, that works. Don't be too late now. I saw that.
Hey, is this really your
I
best?
probably flashed my foot right here. Something like that. I'll probably just have to get it offline like I did an XX. gonna
this
get one more
really your
attempt at this,
best?
and if it's not that, we're moving on. I haven't even played anything else today. So I kind of wanted to do other things. That was my fault. I felt it because I didn't
Is
go far
this
enough.
really your best?
We're gonna do this another time. Let's move on. I don't think Dignity will return ever again. That was a very unique case for Prime 2, and let me explain the logic why, from what I understand. So remember, we had Prime Japanese edition in Prime 1. That had to probably been a separate set of licenses. Now when Prime 2 rolled around, there was no separate version, it was just a separate, it was the same mix, just different language. But, because they combined everything, they probably had to account for the licensing for everything. And that's why you see a lot of things like Beat Shark number 4 also gone, because God knows what the fees would have been to add Japan to the mix for everything. Like, I don't think Dignity's gonna go away again like that ever again. I pray to God not. And especially since, remember EXE added the D26 when it came back in XX. I don't think he wants that to go away. I think he would rather torture everyone, and he'll get the team to pay the money as needed for it. That's my thoughts. Anyways, no more Scorpion King because we'll do that. Let's move on. I still got other stuff I need to do. We've been playing that for like what, 40 minutes? Oh god, way longer.
New twos. Level 22.
What other stuff do I need to snap out? Probably that. Yeah, this. This one's just a foot speed test, which is kind of tricky. That's a good start.
Hey, is this really your best?
I'm not even what to say about consistency between Bomani games, because even that seems kind of everywhere. DDR cabs are definitely not synced nearly the same in a game where timing actually matters. There's a lot of stuff with arcade industry that I really, really dislike these days. I am definitely not getting this.
this really
I'm
your
hitting
best?
Gold cabs are not good. Like in Japan, I guess they're fine, but whatever they bring over here to the U.S. at least, they're pretty bad. See, Regent, I think they took the Capcom brawler approach. If you just make everything unfair and unbalanced, everything is balanced again. Yeah, white cabs haven't been in production for years. Like, there haven't been new white cabs since gold cabs came out.
Maybe different in Asia.
No,
So
they
same.
stopped. They stopped production.
So,
They stopped production. Even Uniana stopped production.
so Uniana sells gold or doesn't sell it all?
They pretty much don't sell anything at this point, because that's why everything outside of Japan is all white cabs. They're playing on what's left because they're not getting gold cabs.
So one's also gone.
They're gone.
The game is gone.
Yep.
Just like our Gitadora.
Yeah, gold cabs were in 2019, if I remember right. So it's been over 6 years. Initially, white cabs, I actually don't like white cabs that much. I like them better than gold, but white cabs have some issues for me. Like, at first, before they started doing delay adjustment in modern DDR, the delay was pretty noticeably bad. And it was like, I think somebody measured it out to be like 5 frames of input lag. Like, it's not as bad as FX cabs, but still pretty bad. And then, sound-wise, there's something wrong with the sound setup because you stand, at least for me, I stand right on the cabinet, and there are things I really do not hear clearly. I stand off to the side of the cabinet, I hear them just fine.
Because the sound, some,
It
For
the
whatever
way
reason,
the way
yeah.
it spreads is bad.
it leaks to the sides and not to the front.
World having more speed options is great. Navigating World was such a nightmare though. We'll play out. That's like 0111 or something. Alright, 110.
Absolutely perfect! Next stage.
The problem is that, like, at launch, people who have 20 years of experience literally cannot navigate. That shouldn't ever happen. 20 years of playing the same game and you cannot navigate a menu. Your menu is bad. They got better, but man, it's still a mess. Hey, Mizan. Honestly, I would rather play no DDR. Like, out of every music game I've mained, DDR is honestly my least favorite these days. I'll play around if I want to piss around, but this is the one game where I would take the least seriously. I would rather play like 2DX and Voltex casually over playing DDR at all. Because at least the other games I find interesting still. Whereas DDR, we've beaten that horse to death with 4 panels so much. And DDR step artists are very stuck in how they approach things. They've gotten better, but the way they approach things is very stuck. It's like if every single chart in this game was like, say, a Dolki chart. Like every single one. Like there would be no variety. They don't really explore what you can do with 4 and 8 in a smart way. They generally are. Hitting extra hard in places to make sure I wouldn't drop. Because I kind of had that tendency when things are fast. There we go.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
It's a chart that exists. It's a chart that exists. No, doubles definitely did improve. Still. Like,
Next
there is some
stage.
stuff from early 2010s that were really bad. Even worse. I can guarantee you as a whole things have improved on doubles. Are they up to the standard that they should be? Absolutely not. They're still better than they were as a whole. Moonlight Shadow, jeez. Just bring back songs like Moonlight Shadow, although I guess that's what SMX is for these days. Well, it has a whole lot of old stuff, so I wouldn't doubt it has it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Flare does nothing for me because you're approaching it in the exact same way. All you're doing is just tightening up your MA, which is, for me, that's not interesting. I'm very much the kind of person where I need to do physically interesting things, and dicking around in 12s to 14s is generally not that interesting, even if it's a timing focus. That's impossible. This one's just hard. Way up. Well, it would have been nice to get in one try. Oops.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
That was my fault, clashing my foot across the center. It's still a tiring ass chart. There's so much run.
Game over!
Like, there's so much run and there's not a lot of rest. The last 8 measures of run also having jacks in them really, really hurts. I remember this came up in semifinals for USPF 2014. And I just remember screaming in pain at the end. Just because I'm like, okay, I screwed up the slowdown a little bit, I have to push. And it did pay off because I did advance to finals because of that. But man, I remember just like collapsing right after the pads. I remember this was 2014. So we were nowhere near as good as we are now. So it was hurting pretty bad. I think you came and comforted me when I like basically collapsed after playing that.
It came up with Whelan's too.
Oh yeah, that's right, it did.
And then played it back.
Alright, well we should be able to still do this, so. We're just gonna do the thing, hopefully.
New teams. Difficulty zone double. Level 22.
Here, if you really want a funny accuracy challenge for Pump, pass with goods. Like, unironically, pass with goods. That'll make you work. That will unironically make you work. I don't know when the next mix is going to be, so, like, hopefully it'll only be, like, a few more months, but who knows. But I remember having that problem because Fiesta had come out that year, but it was way too expensive to play on. It was $2 for 4 hearts on very not good pads. So I spent a lot of time playing at D&B, where NXA was much cheaper and a bit better condition. But you got to find new ways to keep it interesting. scariest part is like this play video that I'm using to reference is a way slower AV than what I'm using, which is actually pretty surprising.
Well, it's takeout. It's
Yep.
just if I just watch.
Takeout, but I thought we were eating in. It is takeout. Okay, that was my fault.
Hey, is this really your best? There we go. Held together. Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
There's always that one part of the slowdown that feels weird, but it is correct. I almost like want to brain psych myself out every time. We got it. Thank you.
Next stage.
Yeah, in terms of overall difficulty, I'd be okay putting that at 23 now, if 23 didn't already exist. Because realistically, both charts are 23 for very different reasons. This focuses on the run heavy and slowdown reading, the other focuses on the major twisting. And they're both big stamina drains. Thank you. Thank you, Mitan. So this is one of the few times where I do wish we had a same rating. This is one of the few times. Usually it's not a problem. Most people would want to swap this with the other chart. I do legitimately enjoy this one, and I kind of got used to playing it at a high speed because, for whatever reason, this was in the JKD station train, despite 3 of the 4 songs not being charted by JKD. But your reward for this, after you cleared this, was playing Magic Girl D21 immediately after. So, I got used to playing this on 4X so I could have Magic Girl on 4X.
I would be fine with keeping both High Buys and Wisdom to number 1s at the same level.
It's hard to say with High Buy, but I do agree with Witch Doctors for different reasons. Alright, now for... So we didn't play a WinForce chart for this, but we can play a WinForce chart for this. This is definitely one of the most draining 22s for me just because it hammers you so hard. I can't believe this used to be a 21. Me being lazy. Me being lazy there. Maybe too lazy. I think out of Doan's older tunes, like in the first couple Fiesta games, this one's definitely one of the ones people remember more. Like Planar and Vacuum, yes, because they're boss songs, but out of like everything else, this one's definitely one of the more remembered ones. It's a good song for like what it is, but you can definitely tell like the audio quality isn't quite up to his standards now. Even Doan himself wasn't really happy with his early things, and that's understandable.
Hopefully that's what Stacy's not there.
Yes. Yes, please. Oh, definitely. Unfortunately, the timelessness also extends to the sync because it lurches back and forth. I tried to fix it for Infinity, and I looked at the full, I'm like, oh, this just isn't steady. Never mind. I instantly noped out of that one. Vincent probably could have fixed it, but he had already done Slam, I think, at the time, and I think he was busy with other duties.
He also did Give You All My Love.
Yeah, he did I'll Give You All My Love as well. Let's try not to be too lazy here. At least hit the notes. I just stopped like 2
Hey,
notes
is
early
this
for whatever
really
reason.
your best?
Why am I stopping early? Hit the notes.
Game over.
Hit the notes.
Pump it up.
I will say we've at least gotten more done in the last 30 minutes than the first hour of stream.
New teams. Difficulty zone double. Level 22.
Windforce says he also did try and do a full song chart for this, but he gave up because it was too long and repetitive. I kind of wonder what that would have looked like. And he also didn't say when he tried to make it, so it could have been early era, like when this came out, or it could have been like later. I'll have to ask him about it next time I talk to him. That's one.
Absolutely perfect!
Just got a little trigger happy on the runs.
Next stage.
Just one. Takes one to know one. I used to work with an engineer named Juan. Good dude. He was like one of the few that would laugh at cornball jokes like those. Now he's at a different building altogether. Let me get some water and then we'll try this some more. I expect it's a good progress today. Yes, please hydrate. Everyone, please hydrate. Water is important. So don't go too early on the last runs. That is the wrong pattern.
Hey, is this really your best?
That's not right, man. That's not right.
Hey, is this really your best?
What did I do? There it was. Yeah, I'm just like my toes are hitting the metal, but I'm not actually like pressing down on the panel on all these blues today. I got the blues. You're good, ma'am. Could you say you caused some interference? I'll see myself out. Well, I already took myself out, so I guess we're done with that.
Hey, is this really your best?
It's that stair. Being careful not to trip over and hit an extra panel. It's exactly what happened. And I was very careful to hit the corners on the backs too, to make sure that I wouldn't miss. But the ending's real tough. Like, the ending is quite difficult to keep up with for this BPM. And it does feel a little weird in places. That's just typical WindForce. I would have changed a couple parts myself, but that's me. As a whole, the chart is good. Just very difficult. At least it's a good song. At least it's a very good song. Laziness, come on.
Hey, is this really your best?
Come on, we should not be missing the easy parts like this. No reason for that.
Game over.
We'll give this one more credit to try and move on.
Look it up. New tiers. Difficulty zone double. Level 22.
What else is on the docket? That's done. That's done. Next. That I think is done. Oh, there's a few I need to do. ending is always scary.
Wow! New record!
It does not matter how many times you play this chart, the ending will always be scary. Me too! I shouldn't have, because I was like, oh yeah, I need to breathe.
Next stage.
When it started doing the mirroring part, I thought I screwed up and I just kept going anyways. That felt really bad, feeling-wise. But we did it. Did the thing. Oh, man. How much longer do I want to play? Another 30 minutes or so. Because I kind of want to get food soon. I haven't eaten yet today. Like, I woke up 3 hours ago, something like that. It was like 4 o'clock when I got out of bed. At least I think it was. 4 or 4:30. But I haven't eaten yet. Alright, well. Next. FFF was on the docket. The ending of this is pretty scary. Like, there's a pretty hard sweep at the end that I usually don't get. I do have nostalgia for this chart because when GVM here first opened, and we had just gotten the pads like fixed because they came with stock not good pads, so we got the tech to like fix it on that day. And that same day, I played this and it like took VGA record then and there. I'm like, yeah, I think they're fixed. So that's my nostalgia for this chart. It's funny enough, I never ever got the hidden chart in Fiesta 2. Like, I always got the normal chart. So I didn't get to play that chart until it was made into the P24.
Really your best?
Whoopsie. We know the roadmap for this one, we just have to do it, so. This was definitely the song where you could tell Doan's sound was really like rapidly improving. Because the quality of this we felt was much higher than previous things. And it lent itself well to the game. That's close enough to first try, right?
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
I guess the sweep in that one at the end is not as hard as the D24, so. Alright.
Next stage.
Yeah, I guess I've played D24 so much that that sweep is ingrained in my brain, because that sweep is hard at the end of that one. I kind of wish that chart would have come up in Red Viper's tournament coming up this next weekend, just to screw with everyone else. But I don't think it's one of the picks. Alright, time for some red snom. That's not red snom. Red snom. This is a very cool chart. It has its challenges to PG. It's a good contrast from the other chart, too. Focuses less on like the hard twist and stare movement and focuses more on multitasking. And it's not easy multitasking either. Alright, be really, really late. Red snom. Play it out. Well, I'm mad. I'm mad. God damn it.
Absolutely perfect!
That would happen.
Wow! New record!
That's what I get for keeping going. Why did I have to do that to myself? I can understand that. Further, more fits like the modern mold
Next
for current
stage.
music game originals. They're both great songs. It's just preference, and if you prefer something a little older or something a little later. Now that I'm playing this again, please put this back at 23. It honestly is harder than it looks. And now that I've played it again, I'm like, man, I don't think this needed to go down. Because it's actually kind of hard. The story is so sad. And it's kind of unfortunate we're never going to get a continuation of this story in Punk. I miss Lyrebird making VGAs for us, but he's busy doing other stuff these days. Now he's old man. I say this when I'm older than him. As far as development goes, he's old man. There's not many devs stay as long as he did. That's funny. That was karma, because I felt like I shouldn't have gotten one sector, but missed later anyways.
Absolutely perfect!
Oh yeah, he's always seemed like a nice guy. He is very headstrong about some opinions, which is fine. I just disagree with him on like some like design things, but he's always seemed like a really nice guy. He is a very good player. And both he and his wife, they are both very talented composers. I'm glad the music's in the game, because they make some good music. They do some good stuff.
Game over!
Alright, we'll see if we can try Red Snow at least a little bit more. I think this will be the last thing I do, because I'm kind of getting ready to eat. Getting kind of hungry. Yeah, that one's really scary, because some of the movements feel like I'm supposed to miss, but I'm getting perfects. It's a little weird with how it moves in the last couple streams when you start adding the brackets to the runs. Come back, you. Kind of tripped going to the up arrow. Try surprisingly tiring when you play back to back a few times like this. Ugh. The girl getting taken away is kind of how I feel right now. Just like, my stamina's gone. Stamina, come back. No, it is not. The brain is getting pretty tired. I think we'll skip this for now. I need to punish myself first. Sure. One more try. Whether we get it or not, that's gonna be the end of the day. 'Cause I'm hungry. I'm ready for my food. All I know is I want food and pizza. I say that like pizza isn't food.
Food and pizza.
Food and pizza. Look, y'all know me when I get hungry. I get very delirious in my words. Even if I am like full, I'll still say stuff like Starbeat Eurodream. I have nobody to blame but myself for this one, so. Okay, they think that's a sign.
Hey, is this really your best?
Yes. Yes is what I'll say to that. I don't want to really end on that, so we're going to play something harder.
Game over.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. I'm going to play one last thing to like end on because I don't want to end on that.
Pump it up. New teams. Super Goku Zone level 17. Level 25.
This one I just need to go for. Just go for it. Good start. No. We're gonna let this play out just so I can watch it, but I'm gonna definitely play it out. Because I want to just kind of plan out what I want to do here. And we have the jacks. We're just gonna have to run it. Those brackets are so annoying. And the rest is play out. to go for it.
Okay, it's
I think it's funny where I
Next
lose,
stage.
like I miss literally a third of the notes and that's only a B. I think that really goes to show you how useless the scoring system can be. Because trust me, if you are missing 2/3 of the notes in the song, you're playing something way above your level to begin with. Like the lower level grades like really are useless below A. Like what even is the threshold for A again? Like it's like 800,000? It makes me wonder why we even have anything lower sometimes. Like I can understand going down to like 6 as your lowest, but there's stuff below that and it's like you're never gonna actually see that. Like, you're never gonna see that unless you're playing something like 6 or 7 levels higher than your highest. God, I was so close to giving up. I'm glad I pushed it. Not great in parts, but that is higher.
fantastic! Wow! New record!
I'll take what I can get because I was getting really lazy in spots. I do not enjoy this song. So I'll take what I can get. And S is an S.
Stage.
An S is an S, and it is improved to a TG. I don't remember if it was TG before. But it's better. Had a good combo.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance,
I
man?
think for me it's because the song is so goddamn repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. And not even in any like
Game
interesting
over.
way. Like the main motif isn't even that interesting. The middle is like the only interesting part, and that's your break, and nothing else happens after that. Otherwise, it's the same thing. And this is honestly like one of the weakest licenses in Phoenix for me. charts are fine for what they are, but you can only do so much with a song. I know, it's actually kind of a surprise. Hardcore Tennessee was a big draw for most people in this mix. And yet, most of the licensed stuff from them, I don't care for. I thought most of the licensed picks for the Hardcore Tennessee were actually pretty bad. Compared to like what these artists generally offer. Originals were half and half, because some of them were better than others. Because you have stuff like Wild Aura and Dark Side of the Mind on the upper end. And then I feel like other stuff was lower than that. So it's just a weird feeling. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Let me see if I can find all the raid target. Actually, I do have a raid target in mind. We're going to go say hi to the GQ channel. Because they are having Games Done Queer right now. So any of y'all that fall under the queer umbrella of any kind, this marathon's for y'all. So they are doing stuff all weekend. Y'all should go watch. Go have some fun with them. It's a great marathon. And I'm going to go play My tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow. So we'll try and do something probably Monday. But until then, y'all go say hi to the GQ channel. Go have some fun. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And trans rights.